Welcome to another Lifelong Learning Study Skills Workshop video. Today we're going to focus on a study skill that specifically addresses auditory type of learners and also incorporates technology in our study. And so let's get started. So most of us have smartphones, and technology can be a really useful thing when used right. Obviously, it can be a distraction, but if we use technology in the appropriate way, it can be a very useful study technique. Most cell phones come with a auditory type of app. In this case, for Androids, my phone comes with Tape-A-Talk, but there are a variety of different apps that you can go to your Google Store or whatever, and you could download apps. Most of them are free, and they have ones that you can pay for that have more extensive features. But for what we're going to use this for, just the Tape-A-Talk app, which is free, I think would be of good use. So how does this whole Tape-A-Talk work? Well, it literally, you just press record and you can record your voice. So how would we go about using an app where we're recording our voice? Well, first, as you can see here on tip one thing that you can do is use your Tape-A-Talk app on your phone as a way to remind yourself of different things you need to do. So let's say a teacher tells you, hey guys, make sure you bring colored pencils tomorrow. You can literally tape record yourself and make it a habit every night to go to your Tape-A-Talk to see what memos that you've come up with. Now, this should not replace your planner. You should still write in your planner. But this is just another way of creating an alarm or something for you to come back to and say, hey, I need to make sure I do this for tomorrow. Another way you can do this is, let's say you're reading chapter 15 of your world history textbook. And instead of taking notes, as you read through, you stop at the end of each paragraph or at the end of each section, and you hit record. And then you just share some of the highlighted features, some of the key facts, the main idea of that chapter. Okay, hit pause, continue reading, stop again, do the record over and over again until you are through the entire chapter. Depending on the size of the chapter, the average chapter, you might come away with 6 or 7 minutes of notes that later on you can put your earbuds in and go through and listen to that. Okay, if you're a kinesthetic learner, here's another great idea. Okay, get on your gym shoes, take a little walk around the neighborhood with your earbuds in. Okay, you're one of the kinesthetic kids, you're one of those ones that need to be up moving around, and listen to the entire chapter. You're in the bus, first period you have a Bill of Rights test, go back to your Tape-A-Talk, okay, and listen to the whole chapter of notes, of oral notes that you have taken, okay, as a way to study. Now, of course, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, in this particular app, it numbers it whenever you make a file. In Tape-A-Talk, you can press down, okay? You can press down on whatever file it is and hold, and it'll pop up a menu, and that menu, one of the features is renaming it. We'll name it whatever it is, Chapter 15, Lesson 1 of World History. Okay, so these are things you can go back to, especially if you have semester exams. You can go back to all these audio files that you created for the various chapters and go back and listen to them. Tip number 3, you could read your book and record the entire reading of it so that you can go back and listen to it. And if you are an auditory learner, okay, and if you've taken the learning styles test and you scored high on auditory, this is a great way to go back and reread the chapter with the audio of that, okay? And this is a great, simple study technique for auditory learners, but I am not. I'm personally a visual learner, but I've used this method to help me. And this is a great thing also when you're in a time crunch, okay? Of course, I hope that you're not waiting to the last minute to study for quizzes or tests. But let's say you've got a lot of things going on and you do study, but you don't have a whole lot of time. This is an easy way of going back and going through a chapter instead of taking handwritten notes, which will probably take 3 times as long, going back and taking oral notes using a Tape-A-Talk app like this, and then going back and listening to that. Great technique, free apps, and no matter whether you have an iPhone or an Android, you can find an app that would best fit your needs. So hopefully the Tape Talk study skills method is one that you'll utilize in the future. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to email me at doug.panfalone@lakotaonline.com, and please consider following me at Twitter at Mr. Panfalone. And often I will post different articles or video clips or this, that, and the other concerning study skills with the hashtag of Study Skills Workshop. Thank you and have a great day.